Give it up, sis. Give up the heat. You don't need it, I promise. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really helpful tips on how to transition your hair if you have damaged hair. These were helpful for me in the beginning, so I hope I can help you guys too. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to like this video. Consistency. In order to see results, you need to be consistent. And that honestly just goes for anything. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is sit down and say, which day during the week am I least busiest? That is going to be your wash day, and you're going to want to stick with a routine. So that means doing your hair every day on this day. This is going to be the day that you're going to be able to dedicate at least 1 or 2 hours to your hair. Because when you're first transitioning, all your hair wants is some TLC. The second thing that you're going to want to be consistent with is the products that you're using. So to start, you need to figure out what's your hair porosity. Hair porosity is how well your hair takes to moisture. So in order to figure that out, you're going to want to do the flow test. I think there's another test that you can do, but the flow test to me was the easiest, and that's what I did to figure out mine. So you're going to take a strand of your hair and a tall glass of water, but make sure your hair is clean. You don't want to do it on hair that already has product on it, because that's not your hair at its natural state. So once you put the piece of hair that you choose out of your hair in a cup of water, you're going to wait about 5 minutes, and you'll be able to see if your hair moves. If it doesn't move and it's still on the top, that means that you have low hair porosity, meaning your hair does not take well to moisture. If it falls somewhere in the middle, it's just floating in the middle of the cup, you have medium porosity, and if it goes to the bottom, you have high porosity, meaning your hair takes well to products, moisture, you know. For example, I have high hair porosity, meaning so my hair, I can use a variety of different products, and my hair is just gonna like absorb it better than somebody who would have low porosity, and you're gonna have to find products that are gonna like actually like absorb into your hair. The third thing that you're going to want to be consistent with is deep conditioning on a weekly basis. I like to deep condition I try and deep condition twice a week. I mean at least once a week. Twice a week if you got time. Deep conditioning is important because this is going to make sure that your hair is getting the moisture that it needs. So when I deep condition, I like to make sure my hair is like soaking wet before I apply whatever hair mask I choose to use that day. I put a shower cap on my head, and I put on a heated hair cap. I love heated hair caps. I just feel like for me, they just make sure that the moisture is just seeping into my hair cuticles, into my hair strands, like it's working magic. The best way I can like compare it is to like marinating chicken. You know, like when you seal that Ziploc bag and you take it out the next morning or the next couple hours later, and the meat is just tasting good. That's what your hair is going to be doing. Like you're going to wash out that deep conditioner and your curls are going to be popping. Okay? So love deep conditioning. Another type of treatment that you can do similar to deep conditioning is a protein treatment. Protein treatments are going to also help strengthen your hair, reconstruct your strands, and prevent further breakage. A protein treatment that I like to use when I first transitioned was from Apogee. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. You know, Aphogeee. I hope I spelled that right, or else I look real stupid, okay? But yeah, so you're just going to want to be consistent in applying those on a weekly basis. You're definitely going to see results if you do a protein treatment. Like, I can't remember the first time I did it, but when I remember doing one and just seeing results instantly. So keep that in mind. Wash and goes. They're not important. I recommend you just take that idea out of your head, especially if you're in the beginning phases of transitioning. You don't have a hair pattern, you don't have like you don't know what your hair texture is to even like do a wash and go with. So I mean, I personally thought I was doing like the best thing ever when I did wash and goes. Like, I thought my hair was looking cute, even though my strands were stringy and I maybe had like a little twirl at the end and like my whole hair was straight. It wasn't cute. If that's what you want to do though, I'm not gonna tell you no. I just don't recommend them in the beginning, because at this time in this like of this transition, you have like the battle of the hair textures. You might have like one type of hair texture on this side and a different one on that side. Your curls might be like booming in the back, and in the front they're not. So you're gonna want to wait a little bit until you see like some type of progress and your hair is like in sync. Once you start doing this routine that you put into place, you're gonna see progress, and then maybe like after a couple months at least, you'll be able to possibly do a wash and go. I just don't recommend them in the beginning. With that being said, I'm not going to limit you to nothing. If you want to try a wash and go when you first transition and see what your results would look like, that's perfectly fine. I know that I did, and I was rocking my curls. I thought they were cute, even though they were trash. And it's just all from experience. So you'll see. You guys probably already know what I'm talking about. Give it up, sis. Give up the heat. You don't need it. I promise. It's gonna be life-changing, okay? Once you give up the heat, it's gonna be the 180 that your hair needed. You're gonna see progress instantly, like after like 2 months, maybe. Not instant, I don't know, maybe not instantly, but you're gonna see the progress. You're gonna see your hair actually like loving you. It's gonna be like thanking you that you're not killing it, because that's what realistically you're doing. When you put heat in your hair, when you get a relaxer, when you put color in your hair constantly, all you're doing is compromising your hair strands, meaning your hair is just gonna continuously be dead. It's not benefiting you in any way other than making you feel cute. And once you stop putting the heat in your hair and your curls start to shine and come through, you're still gonna be cute, okay? So just give it up, okay? That's all I have to say. Big chops. Do you need to do the big chop? Is it necessary? No. But I highly recommend them. It's just going to speed up your journey, and you're going to get rid of the damaged ends faster by doing the big chop. But if you choose not to do the big chop, I'm telling you, you need to trim your hair monthly. That's a definite. You need to get rid of all this damaged ends that you have. Like if you have, let me explain. If you have split ends, so this is a split end, this is the hair, and then, you know, a piece of your hair is split. It's not going to do anything but escalate. It's going to go up your hair. It's just going to keep going until your whole hair, like this whole piece of hair, is just split ends, okay? You want to get rid of them as fast as possible so that your hair is as healthy as it can possibly be. So if you choose not to do the big chop, definitely trim your hair. Sidebar. If you haven't already, check out my video on how I trim my hair. This will be the cheaper way to trim your hair if you choose not to go get it professionally done. I recommend, if you do decide to do the big chop, to go to a Diva Curl salon. That's where I got both my haircuts from. I got a Diva cut. And you guys can do some research on them. They're kind of expensive, but they're really great. Like, it's like you get the haircut and they curl, like they show you how to like take care of your hair a little bit, and it's worth the money. So yeah, definitely look up a big Diva Curl. Protective styles. These are essential in your hair journey, especially in the beginning. So for me, there are two types of protective styles that you could do: a low maintenance protective style and a high maintenance protective style. Low maintenance protective styles are recommended. Let's say, for example, you do the big chop. You're going to just want to put your hair away so you don't have to look at how short your hair is. So you can put your hair in box braids, put on a wig, wear your weave, whatever style works best for you and you are comfortable with wearing. I would recommend that, especially because protective styles are protecting your hair. So with a protective style like box braids, your ends are going to be tucked away, meaning you're not going to cause any further damage to your hair. Let's say you don't want to do a protective style. You can do a low maintenance protective style. You can do a high maintenance one, which for me is like a twist out or like a braid out. Something along those lines, finger coils, something that you're not going to have to manipulate your hair too much. Like you're not going to like, it's not just exposed like this, but it's like, you know what a braid out is. it's a little bit more high maintenance than like getting box braids, because with box braids you don't even have to touch your hair. Like, you can wake up and walk out your door. But with a twist out, you might need to put some oil at the ends or something if they start to feel dry. And I don't know, I like braid outs, especially in the beginning, because it kind of gives your hair some type of wave pattern that may not be your natural hair pattern, but it's gonna help your curls, like, you know, get into a groove. So I recommend doing protective styles in the beginning if you're not going to do wash and goes, which you shouldn't be doing in the beginning anyway. So those were my 5 tips for transitioning your hair if you have damaged hair. I hope they were helpful. I hope you guys understood everything that I was saying. If you do have any questions, like I said, please leave them in the comments down below. I will, of course, answer them. Before I finish this video, I also wanted to give you guys 3 quick tricks and tips on how to keep your hair healthy. I do plan on doing a video on strictly on how I keep my hair healthy and what I do to like maybe grow it out a little bit. And yeah, but for now, I'm gonna tell you that you should invest in a bonnet if you don't already have one. Maybe one that's like satin lined on the inside. Also get a satin pillowcase, because if you're like me and you sleep recklessly, my bonnet, sometimes I wake up and it's on the floor. I literally woke up like 2 nights ago and my bonnet was on the floor. But my satin pillowcase saved me from getting even more split ends. So, you know, satin just, you know, prevents split ends. That's why it's important. The second thing that you're going to want to do is to make sure you oil your scalp on a daily basis. If you guys don't know already, in my last 2 videos, all I did was talk about oil in my hair. I love oil. It helps your hair look shiny. I'm not like talking about like, you know, like those thick, like that blue oil like that people use for braiding their hair and stuff. Not like a thick oil like that. That's just gonna weigh your hair down. But oils that are proven to like help hair growth, oils that are strengthening your hair strands, like jojoba oil or coconut oil or castor oil, like actual oils, not like that pomade oil that that is all thick and gooky. Yeah, not that. But, you know, oil your scalp on a daily basis. And the third thing I'm going to tell you guys to do is keep your hair moisturized. That's the key to everything. If your hair is not moisturized, then it's dry and it's looking dusty. So put oils on, I'm not going to say oil again, but put like creams, leave-in conditioners on the ends of your hair, on your whole hair strands. I like to focus a lot of things on the ends of my hair because I still have color in my hair, meaning my hair is still compromised. I'm growing it out though. I don't have I actually do have a lot, but it's not too much. If I colored my hair about 1.5 years ago, and my hair was from like my roots all the way down was this color. So I'm making progress. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more video suggestions for me to do, please leave them in the comments down below and stay tuned for more content. Bye!